The alarm clock rings, another day begins, and you can feel the pressure creeping on your skin. The traffic in your head is moving way too fast. You're just trying to find a peace that lasts. Is the air you're breathing feeling thin? Is that old anxiety settling in? You force a smile but you feel the weight of all the things you fear and all the things you hate. So come on down, find a little peace where the noise can't stop and the worrying cease. You can lay your burdens down, let your heart unclench. There's a seat here waiting at the open bench. It's a safe spot to rest, no need to pretend you're not alone. You can find a friend. Welcome to the open bench. It feels like a park on a quiet afternoon, underneath the branches of a sleeping silver moon. It's like an old-time chessboard sitting in the sun, waiting for a game to be begun. A simple hello from a stranger's face, two people connecting in a public space. There's no prize to win, no score to keep, just a place to share the secrets that run deep. So come on down, find a little peace where the noise can't stop and the worrying cease. You can lay your burdens down, let your heart unclench. There's a seat here waiting at the open bench. It's a safe spot to rest, no need to pretend you're not alone. You can find a friend. Welcome to the open bench. It's hard to be vulnerable, it's hard to be seen, to show the world the places you've been. But healing doesn't happen when you're all alone. It needs a little kindness, a softer tone. So take a deep breath, let the walls come down. There's a hand to hold.
Miss you guys. Happy Sunday. It's a weird night for us. New schedule.
You are heard, you are seen.
We announced in the Discord earlier. Things changed up for me a little bit in my personal life, so we are going to be switching the schedule up a little bit. We're going to be doing Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
Yeah, come on down. Find a little peace where the noise can stop and the worry cease. You can lay your burdens down, let your heart unclench. There's a seat here waiting at the open bench. It's a safe spot to rest, no need to pretend.
And speaking of topics for tonight, we are going to be talking about being the strong one, even when you're too tired to.
You're not alone.
I think this could be a good topic. I think it's going to hit a bunch of us deeply. We've all been there, right? Where you're just spent, right? You're just done, but you have to push through. Excuse me. You have to be strong. You have to do sometimes stuff you might not want to do, but you got to do it. People, whether it's people rely on you for your own personal, you have to push through things. Being the strong one is tough when you don't want to be strong.
Yeah, most definitely. I know that like Dave was saying, this is gonna hit for a lot of people. And so yeah, if anyone has ever felt like that, let us know. Put a heart or something in the chat. Just let us know if you've ever had to be in that position.
Yeah, if you've been there before, like I was saying, put in the chat, let us know. If anyone wants to come and share when we have time to bring up a guest, you come share, but let us know. It's not always about just listening to Aaron and I. We want to know what you guys have going on, what you've been through, what you're going through as well. So when are times that you've had to be strong when you just didn't want to be strong? You wanted to curl up and just sit on the couch and do nothing and not have to push through shit, but you have to, right? You need to. What are some of those times? Tonight's the night I wish Trip was here.
Is he not here tonight?
Nah, I didn't see him on the other page on TikTok either.
Oh yeah, I know
think Sundays
he
are,
was hanging out in there earlier, but I usually he's in here, so I'm sure we'll see him at some point tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to hand my shit to someone else and say, "Here, you figure it out." No, 100%. That's
Exactly.
that'd be
That's
the
what this is
easier
about.
thing to do, right? Be able to just have somebody else deal with it, but can't always do that, right? We have to
And
sometimes we have to step up even when we don't want to.
I know when all hell's broken loose, but you got to throw a line. Charlie, is that you, Charlie? It's weird seeing that name for you. How are you doing, my sister? How you feeling?
Yeah, when all hell's
for you
breaking
guys
loose, you got
that
to roll on.
for those that don't know, most of you guys didn't already. Charlie lost her mom last week. They put her to rest on Friday. Her sister came home in hospice as well. So Charlie's going through it, and here's a perfect example. Well, Charlie's a recovering addict as well, right? So here's a perfect example of when somebody might not want to push through, but they have to. And when are we supposed to not want to push through anymore? Is there a time that you're supposed to say, you know what, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this. So I'm just not going to do it. Right? What pushes you to go through the times that you might not want to go through them? Right? There are plenty of times where you just want to curl up and say, fuck this and do nothing and hope it passes. But does it pass? Do our problems just go away on their own?
No, they never do.
Nope.
Nothing ever goes through in life without a little work in it. That's
Yep.
You got to push through that. You got to just keep going for the next day, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other.
Yeah. March 11th,
100%. And condolences, Charlie, too. I wanted to say that's
nothing but admiration. And look, I know it's easy for people to say that they respect what an addict does or what they go through to stay sober, right? As a recovering addict to another recovering addict, I know it's hard. And I can say I know and I understand because I do, because I've been there. And it sucks to know in the past that you would numb yourself with something, but now you're choosing to fight through the pain and feel the pain and take the pain on like a champ. Nothing but love and admiration for you, my friend. Honestly.
Multitasking is not working for me tonight.
So like I said, put in the chat. Let us hear. What are some instances you guys have gone through that you just didn't want to, right? What made you push through something you might not have wanted to? I found things are more manageable sober, and it's crucial to know that. Yeah, Charlie, and that's a beautiful thing to realize. Once you're sober, it's amazing to realize that I can do this, right? I am strong enough to do this. When for so long we relied on a substance to tell us, oh, this is how we're going to get through this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you went through it, you made it through it, but you didn't really make it through it. The substance did, right? Whether it's alcohol or drugs. Shayna Banana. When my mom passed, the divorce, everything for the kids, everything. Yeah. And guys, reliving shit from our past does put us in a current spot where we might not want to push through our day, right? We don't need shit going on right now, here and now, to have to fight through shit. We can fight through our past traumas in current times, right? It takes just as much strength to push through shit we've gone through and not let it affect us now as it does to get through current struggles.
Did you ever have like a moment where you it kind of hit you that you had to be that person, where you had to you realize that you had to be that strong person? Is there like
absolutely,
a switch for you?
Absolutely. Yep. When my dad died, I needed to step up, right? And I was broken when my dad passed. He was my best friend, my hero. And when he passed, I needed to step up for mom. right? This was her partner for 40 years. It was the only man she was ever with. She knew nothing else but my dad. And I always said that the day my dad died, I lost my mom also because she was never the same. We never had her back. And I needed to put those tears aside and I needed to put my own emotions aside to be there for mom because I felt she couldn't she couldn't see me breaking down. She couldn't let me see the pain that I was feeling inside because, and as a mom, as a great mom, she would have put herself second, right? And she wouldn't have allowed herself to heal and grieve for my dad. So when my dad died, that was absolutely a moment where I had to step up and put my shit aside and not only push through my own daily regimen, but I had to be there for mom every day. I chose to move in with mom. And I was with my fiance at the time. My mom hated her, but I chose to still move in, which ended up leading to us breaking up. One of the factors of us breaking up. But I chose mom to move in with her to be there for her. And while I was living with her, even more so, I couldn't show what I was really feeling. I needed to get through my own struggles over dad and be there for mom while having an infant son and flying around the world and not being here when I was with the air marshals, right? That
Yeah.
shit sucked, right? That shit sucked. And on top of that, when my son was on suicide watch, right? I needed to not show what I was feeling because I couldn't let him see what I was going through, that he was on suicide watch, right? As any parent could understand how fucking horrible that felt, right? And you have to go about your normal day. When people ask you, hey, what's going on? How you feeling? Hey, you're doing great. You got to put that mask on, right? You know, you
Yeah.
got your son on suicide watch. How are you having a normal fucking day? But yeah, man, absolutely. Those are two instances that come right to mind that I had to get through that really, really pushed my limits to get through my day. I've been
And
crying
it's
in
so
the
much
shower.
harder too when, you know, kids are involved in that, like, sacrifice we have to make as parents sometimes. And um I think it's probably one of the most like understated things. Like, it's not talked about that we, you know, it's just as parents, we just take it on the chin, right? It's like that's what we do.
Mhm.
That's what we're supposed to do. And um I know personally that a lot of the choices and like the sacrifices that I've made to try and better my life, the lives of my kids and everything like that, you know, I've even lost out on some of the relationship that I've had with my kids because, you know, it's just things that they don't quite understand when they're younger. Um and it's like we're not supposed to let them understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel wrong for, you know, telling my kids like, oh, you know, I can't do this right now because of money or whatever it is. So yeah, it's a selfish, like, struggle that we put ourselves through, and we have to go through a lot of that stuff silently a lot of times. It's so important to talk about things. I just wanted to go back a little bit in chat too. That's awesome, Lisa. You hit an achievement for coming in and being a like a consistent viewer. Basically, you hit a 5 stream streak with us, so it gives you 450 bits for the channel. So that's awesome. Thank you for all the support for that. And if you guys are just coming in now, please drop that follow, come in, come join the Discord. When we're not on here doing the lives, that's where the community is. That's where we're all hanging out. And I can't tell you guys how much I like the joy that I genuinely get on a daily basis from watching the like hundreds of notifications that I get from you guys being active in the Discord, because I see all the channels. I see everything that you guys talk about. I see all of the discussions you guys have, and the fact that you guys are, you know, building real friendships and real community. It it touches my heart. It really does. And I can't, you know, thank you guys enough for all the support and just being here and being a part of this every night with us. So thank you guys.
It's a lot, guys. It really does. And Charlie, I'm sorry what you're having to go through. I know, and it's the perfect thing that you're saying right now for the topic tonight of having to put shit aside to get through your day, and having people lean on us is hard, right? Because like I was saying, when my dad passed, you need to be strong, not just for yourself, but for other people, which makes it harder for you to get through your shit. So I feel what you're going through, and I'm really sorry you're going through that. But I want you to understand, for what it's worth, I am so proud of you, and it makes me feel so blessed to have someone like you in this community and in my personal life, because people like you are like the pillar of strength. You really are. It's so admirable that somebody can be sober almost over 12 years, 12 and a half years, and going through what you're going through and what you've been going. This whole year has sucked for Charlie and her family. And the fact that she's maintaining sobriety and trying to help other people says so much about her. She is exactly what we want in this group of friends, what we want in this family. Carrie, I couldn't agree with you more with that. Everybody here is family, right? It's what we're trying to foster, right? Is a sense of family, right? There's friends in this family, right? And we're trying to make a family out of this, right? Because family doesn't have to mean blood, right? As we all see, we've all been there for each other. It's just been amazing, and I know it's just going to get better from here. One of the friends, your family, a lot of my family doesn't understand the trauma, stress, and husband's disability. And anxiety
Yeah,
go through.
this is, like
Yeah.
Dave always says, this is what it's all about, right?
Mhm.
This is why we started this. It was to build a real community, to pull this away from, all the bullshit that was going on the other place, and um the fake people, that were just out, for likes and follows and all that kind of stuff. um and the real people are here. They show up every night. They show up in the community, and even if they can't be in here during their lives, there's a lot of people that are in the Discord, on a regular basis, that are there ready to talk. And you know we've all been through it, and that's the beautiful thing about this. Is it's not just a bunch of people. It's people that have been through it. We all have similar struggles that we go through, and um yeah, we're all here for each other.
So Charlie, this is your nephew, the one that your mom was upset about, right? That was gonna have to get placed. So he ended up going with his dad. Is that what you're saying? Is that good?
Staying with me and help one of his responses.
So that's what I'm saying. So does anybody else, let us know. What are things you've been through that you wanted to say, fuck this, I'm not getting out of bed, but you did? And why? What made you do that?
Mhm.
Right? Was it something internal? Was it something exogenous? What in your life makes you push through?
So Big Brother 21 nonverbal artistic is waiting. That's oh.
His big brother was awaiting. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Got to know my sister, children, mama. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Colby was the one that you and I were talking about, right? Was that his name? I know it was CO something. I apologize if I'm off. I know it's something CO. Either Colby or Cody. I was like that this past Monday. I did feel like doing anything. It was a hard week for me, but I'm doing better now. Yeah, Carrie, you had a lot going on. For those,
Mhm.
I are we allowed to get into it, Carrie? Then now that you heard from him,
Yeah,
I
that
know
is that is
I
one
didn't
thing
want to.
about here too. Like if you're
Yeah.
just coming in, or if you're seeing this after the fact, if you come in here and talk about something, we will only go as far as you give us permission to talk about it. We have a lot of
Mhm.
private conversations in the background with people in the community. They talk about really deep life shit, right? This is stuff that is, I mean, this is stuff that some people don't even take to their therapist, right? Like we have like
Mhm.
those serious conversations with people. So yeah, we will only ever go as far as you tell us that we are allowed to go. That aside
Yeah.
from
So
that, this is a safe place.
yeah,
Um,
Carrie had her son go to Fort Bend, go to boot camp, and she asked that nobody talk about it because it was upsetting her. That's why I caught myself now, as I don't want to say anything. But Carrie saying she was going through it this past Monday. That's when her son left for boot camp.
mhm.
And she was down about it, and she hadn't heard from him until today's Sunday. She heard from him yesterday, I believe, finally, and found out that he's gonna be able to come home for Christmas. He can come home for Christmas. They're giving them off for a couple weeks. So that's what she was going through, right? And again, as a parent, You know, we can imagine what that must feel like, right? Your kid is going away to boot camp, enlisting in the military. That's a big thing, right? And as admirable as it is and respectful as it is, it's and he's not going to war now, but boot camp is still a step closer, right? It's still scary. So I try to tell a thing about it. He's going to like physical fitness summer camp, right? He's going to camp to get strong and shoot guns and learn to fight, and he's going like summer camp in the winter. But you know, she heard from me yesterday. She was so happy, so excited. And guys, I gotta say again, I love when you guys text me your personal shit, whether it's random pictures of you and your kids or even just an update. I spoke to my son today. I love that when you guys have something going on in your life, you think about me and to send stuff that we can now share on here, right? So keep it coming. I love that this all started as a hey, look at me on not me, Dave, but hey, look at us online talking live. And it's turned into, like we were saying before, into an actual family and sharing personal shit with each other. I know there's stuff you guys share that you don't share with anybody else, right? And it's amazing. It's fucking amazing. So yeah, the checking in on each other is key.
No, it really is. And I know a lot of people, me personally too, like we go through life and we have to wear these masks out in public, right? We feel like we have to hide the shit that we're dealing with, the shit that we're going through. But in reality, when you get down to the core of it, just like in here, you realize that it's a lot of people just going through the same shit you're going through too. And if you just find a good group of people to talk about that kind of shit with and get it out there, it makes it a lot easier. I do strongly advocate for therapy, and obviously we're neither one of us are doctors or professional therapists in any kind of way like that, but we're just two old guys on a bench, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. And if you think about it,
just willing
it's not
to.
even about offering help. It's about offering a place to get help,
Mhm.
right? Like we can offer advice and perspective and everything else, but at the end of the day, what we offer is a place for people to come and sit and talk, right? And not a place to come and sit and talk and hear us talk about ourselves. It's a place that you can actually come and talk about you. And you're going to be listened to and you're going to be heard, which is the most important thing. You're heard,
I'm
right?
so proud of you for that, Lisa. She says, I told my husband earlier today that I'm going to talk to my doctor about some therapy / psychiatry, and he's mad about it, but oh
Good.
well, it's time to do it. You know what? It doesn't matter if anybody was mad about it or not, because it's about bettering yourself. And it's about making sure that you're right up here. And being right up here makes you the best possible person that you can be for everyone around you. If you're not right up here, then
100%.
you cannot provide for the people around you correctly the way that you need to.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. I've spoken to Lisa about this in the past, her and I, about this exact topic, and I've told her bluntly, let him get mad. It's
Yeah.
not his place to hinder your progress.
Hmm.
You need to put you first. And if it gets other people mad, guys, we can't make everybody happy. We can't always appease everybody, right? It's too bad, right? We need to put ourselves first sometimes. And this is a perfect example when you have to go put yourself first, and you did it, Lisa. I'm so proud of you
Yeah, I
for
am
actually
too,
doing that.
honestly.
That is perfect. Beautiful. I'm so happy you finally decided this.
Hmm.
John, I don't usually have that mask. I just blurred everything out. No, John, I get what you're saying, but for me, it's not even just about letting stuff out and blurting stuff out. It's sometimes needing to not show it,
Yeah.
right? Like our words don't always match our face, right? Like I can say I'm okay and look fine, but be melting inside because there are just
Hmm.
times you're not supposed to let certain people know that you're off, namely our kids, right? And my son is super sensitive, and I know that he can't know when mom or I are off in the slightest bit about anything, especially if it's over him. He takes everything personally. So her and I are almost forced to have a mask on most times with him. And then when he does find shit out, we get the, oh, what, you can't tell me stuff? No, I can't tell you stuff because you've shown us that we can't tell you stuff.
Hmm.
Right. So that makes it harder to talk to him sometimes.
It does.
Um,
And I'm sure that
you know,
there are plenty of people that have had to, hide how tired that they are, or you know, how drained that they are from life. And like Dave's saying, you know, not even necessarily a mask, but it's just like sometimes you're beat down, man. You're worn out, and you have to, you know, dust yourself off and push yourself through that worn out stage and keep going. And even that in itself is, in a way, you know, a form of masking, right? Like you're forcing yourself to get up and, you know, straighten up and you know, brush your shoulders off and you know, keep going and everything like that. And it's you know, it's just pushing yourself through it, right? It's masking is not always necessarily based around mental health, or you know, like hiding depression or something like that. But yeah, it's just day-to-day life. You know, you got to go in, you're tired um from the day before, and you got to go in and put a smile on your face and go to work, right? Like, I know I work in customer service. I can't bring any of my shit from home into work. If I do that, I can't do my job correctly. You know what I mean? So it's every day I have to get up, put that smile on, and you know, just, you know, keep going. So
100%. You know, like I was saying with work, right? Think about cops. Trip. We were just saying about 20 minutes ago that this is the night we wanted you in here for the topic we're talking about.
yeah.
um, real fast before I forget my train of thought. What I was saying about work, right? It's like policemen, right? Firefighters, EMTs. How can these people go to work without that mask on, right? And when you see a cop being a dick to somebody, and I'm not talking about breaking the law and body slamming them. I'm talking about maybe they're not being nice, right? And then maybe they're offending you. They're humans, right? And they have bad days. And the way that you take your shit to your job is how cops take their shit to their job, right?
Hmm.
And a lot of times they have to put that mask on. But let's be honest, sometimes we just can't do it, right? We're getting through our emotions, we're going through our day, but we can't always have that smile on our face. We can't always appease everybody when we're in a certain state of mind. But as long as we're getting through our day, it's better than the alternative.
Yep.
My problem is that as a kid, I got bullied a ton, so I learned to use harsh shock value humor to get them laughing with me and less at me. There's much of my speech is far harsher than I mean it because it's not. Yeah, man. It comes off in ways that you might not mean for it to, but it's the only way that you know, right? Look, being bullied sucks, right? Like I'm telling you, Trip, you are a Dave 2.0. You and I are the same. We come from the same background. It seems like a lot of our background is the same as far as how we are and shit like that. I was very heavy growing up, and I used to get the shit stomped out of me because I was fat. And I've always had a mouth. I never liked being told that I was fat, right? And I would mouth off and I get the shit stomped out of me. And you know, sometimes I know I am the way I am, A, because when I was molested as a kid, and because of how I was bullied. Like Trip's saying, you're trained that you need to be harsh sometimes. You need to be tougher on the outside than you might mean to be as kids. But then it doesn't transition to when you become grown-ups, right? And we I know I was telling you guys last night about, or the night before, when me and Chip were talking about how we're both very emotional people. Um, that there are times that my emotions get the better of me, and I know it's because of what happened to me as a child. I know that I let shit get to me stronger than it should because of what happened to me when I was a kid, whether it was the bullying or the what happened to me when I was molested. And it's hard to separate things sometimes, especially when it's so many years down the road of being one way. Is that Nay? What's going on, Nay? Nay, we're in Twitch right now. We're on the multi-stream. Come hang out with us. Everybody's in Twitch. If you don't have a Twitch account, we're on the open bench. Come hang out with us in there and follow us and come hang out with us, my friend.
Yeah, there's a link in the announcements page that'll get you set up for that.
Okay, yeah, so go into the announcements and there's the link to all of them, but we're on Twitch right now, so go hang out with us. Come on over to the other side. But yeah, man, it's Trip. So the topic tonight is being the strong one when you don't want to be, right? When at times that you had to be strong, when you just wanted to say fuck this, I'm done, right? That you needed to be strong and get through your day when you didn't want to. That's the topic tonight that we're talking about.
Wife just brought me dinner.
Nice, what'd you get?
Had to kind of She made some pasta and like chicken cutlets.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good. It smells good.
So I say, guys, so put in the box, guys, if you guys haven't done it yet. Let us know what's the time that you had to be that person. When is the time that you had to be the strong one when you did not want to be?
We can take guests too if
put it in the
anybody
box,
wants to
let us
come
know.
up and talk.
Yeah, if you guys got something to say about the topic, you want to talk about the topic, come on up. And you have to go to the Discord for that, obviously. And let us know. Guys, if you haven't followed us already on here, hit that button. Follow us on here. We're one person away from that affiliate. So we need that. So hit it.
And if you really want to help us out and you got an Amazon account, hit that sub button down there and it'll link to your Amazon account. You can give us a free subscription.
That is correct. I forgot all about that, guys.
Yeah.
We found out the other night, Shayna did it. If you subscribe to us through Prime, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You do it through your Prime account. It's a free subscription. It helps us and it gets you. There's benefits to being a subscriber. You can do like cool stickers and stuff. And
Yeah, you get a little
emotes and
badge.
stuff. Yeah, you get a little badge and stuff. Shayna's still in here. She has.
So
she was the first
Lisa,
one.
under like the video that you're watching, you should see there's a button that says subscribe. If you hit that, there's a little box in there that says use Prime sub. If you click that, and then there's like click the button that pops up, it'll take you to your Amazon account and like connect it or whatever, say yes, and then basically it subs for free. So it's like a paid subscription. Normally I think it's like $5 a month or something like that, but you get one for free with your Amazon account. So
yeah, if it's free, it's for me.
Yeah.
Almost done with dishes.
And then we get the
Hurry up,
benefit from it from the page, which means that we can actually turn around and like put some money back into this thing, which would be nice. We can get some like merch going and stuff, which is a big thing that we've been talking about for a while.
And hold on a second. I was reading that. And the subscriptions also helps us, guys, in the sense that it with the algorithm, it helps push us out. The more subscribers you have, the more chat that goes on, everything that goes on. Trip, before I forget, we wanted to talk to you about what you mentioned to me last night.
Yeah, I DM'd him. I don't know if he should still be in here, I think. But yeah, Trip, when you get a second, check your DM on Discord.
I mean, it brought it up to me today. I said that you must have been listening to a conversation last night because you just brought it up to me last night. Okay, I don't have Prime, but look at it. I'm on Amazon now looking for focal beads. I have a 10-pen order if I can find the supplies. Nice for that order. Make
Heck
that
yeah.
money. Haven't even been disloyal falsity do. Guys, so let me ask you guys a question. So we're talking about when you have to be the strong one and you don't want to be. What is there a who in your life that is why you push through shit, right? Who do you think about? Who do you turn to, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually? Who helps you get through those days when you don't want to push on, whether it's through that day, it's through life, whatever the case is? Who do you turn to? Who gets you through those times? Let me see it in the comment section. Really curious. Who helps you get through those days? Who helps you get through those days? For me, for example, it's my son, right? I don't have to turn to him to help him, to have him help me get through my days, right? Him just being in my life is my driving force. Knowing that if I don't get through my day, if I don't want to be here anymore, that's going to impact him. And I'm not going to allow that to happen, right? So for me, when I'm struggling, he's my go-to. When I lost my dad, that was my best friend, my hero, right? He was my mentor. He was who I looked up to the most. Um, my son replaced that in the physical sense, and my dad's not here anymore, right? So who do you guys turn to get through your hard times? Right, husband and kids. That's a perfect answer, right? That's a motivating force. When we talked about sobriety a lot and that road to recovery, we talk about kids a lot, right? That having children makes you have to push through your day, right? A good parent is going to push through their shit for their kids, right? Because hey, guys, not only do your kids need you, but your kids know when you're struggling, and for them to see mom or dad get through something, do you realize the lesson you're instilling in your children? Do you realize that when you're going through it, your kids know? You think you're hiding it, but you're not. You think they don't hear things, but they do. You think they don't see the change in your face, they do. Okay. What them seeing you then going from bleh to this, that's so empowering to them to see you get through shit. So who is it for you? Who helps you get through things? Oh, Lisa, that means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. That really means a lot. Yeah, Trip, if you want to jump on as a guest, go just jump into the Discord. Aaron will bring you up.
Yeah, come into the live now, and I'll bring you up there.
Lisa, thank you so much. That honestly, that really means a lot. That really does. You and I have become very close, my friend. You and I have become very close.
I'm over here stuffing my
Wow.
face. Unless y'all want some ASMR, I've been keeping y'all on date.
God, husband, yeah, Charlie, it's awesome. Yes, I know this group is always here for you. Absolutely, the group is
100%.
here,
Yeah.
and not. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I was saying, also, so with my dad's not here anymore, right? But he is still also a force for me to get through things. Why? I'm a believer that my dad still sees, my dad still hears, he's watching from above. He's why I'm alive. I know it. Okay. I don't want to let him down. Right? I don't want to let him down and see me giving up or see me being a bad parent or see me being a bad son or see me being a bad person. I want him to be proud of me. So even though he's not here, and it might sound silly to people who don't believe, or people that don't have a spiritual side, but I truly believe that my dad not being here pushes me to be a better man sometimes as well.
Oh, wait, Trip, come back. I was just about to bring you up right now. We lost him. He's still me. Let's see if I can bring him in here.
Guys, if you're just checking out the page for the first time, my name is Dave. This is Aaron, and we are the Open Bench. What is the Open Bench? It's a platform for you to come and talk about your struggles. It's a judgment-free, safe space to come and talk to genuine people about your struggles, whether it's mental health struggles, trauma response, addiction, sobriety, divorce, grief, abuse, anything anchoring you in place and going forward in your life. We want you to come and talk to us. Come and share your struggles with us. Everybody in this room has been through some form of trauma, some form of shit that maybe you've been through also. We want to help you. We want to give you a place to talk, but we can't make you talk. So I see there's a bunch of people in the room. Talk, follow us, let us know you're here so we can help.
Speaking of,
Trip, what's going on,
Trip's
brother?
here.
What's going on, Mr. Trip?
For some reason, I can like barely hear anything. I don't know why.
You sound like muffly.
Mm-hmm. I had to turn you all the way up too. You got a
Weird.
good connection?
Yeah, I'm on my Wi-Fi.
Okay. I can.
It sounds like
There you go. You're kind of
you're
coming in
far
now.
from the yeah. What's going on, bud?
Is it better now?
A little bit.
We
We
can
can-
hear you. It just sounds like you're far from the phone. It sounds like.
Yeah, I got you turned up though, so we can give you the floor though if you want. Go for it.
Yeah. Now we hear nothing.
Why it is? 'Cause You guys sound really quiet on my end as well.
You may want to check your input and output settings on Discord and see like like what but you're on your phone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on my phone and like everything's turned up as loud as I can get it to go.
Huh. That's interesting. I don't know. Like I said, we can hear you though, so you're just kind of far away sounding, but you're all good.
All right, gotcha.
So what's going on?
Okay, don't kill me. What were we talking about again? I'm so lost now with all this.
No, we're talking about like when you need to be the strong one in a situation and you're tired, you don't want to be strong, right? You want to curl up in a ball and say fuck the world, but you can't, right? You need to push through the day. You need to push through life. So we're trying to ask people like, what do you use? Who do you turn to get through your tough times? Like who motivates you? Who pushes you? Who do you turn to physically, mentally, spiritually? What gets you through your tough days? That's what we're talking about tonight.
It was kind of just my kids and my wife, really. I mean, when I had two moments really. The first time that I had anything like that was when my divorce happened, and that was kind of my rock bottom moment. And the only thing I wanted to do at that point was be there for my kids and fix the horrible shit that I'd done to them. So I mean, doing my best to get up every day, go to work, make the best of myself, improve, just so I could be there for them, be part of their lives. Like that was really what kickstarted me becoming who I am today. And then years later, after I got with my wife now, there was a moment actually when I it's kind of like a trauma coping mechanism, I guess. Like anytime things got too intense in my life, my anxiety would kick up real bad, and I would just find ways to escape. I wasn't able to really face reality. And there was a moment when my wife had a real mental health crisis, kind of at the same time that I was going through one. And so it was a moment where I had to choose whether I was going to save myself or try to save her. And I saved her, I took on a lot of sudden responsibilities that I was never able to take on before. I powered through it, and I don't know, it was just the desire to make sure that she was going to be okay and that she wasn't going to lose all the things that she'd worked so hard to build. And that really just allowed me to push through everything.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But good for you to recognize stuff like that and make it into something positive and something motivating for you and your kids and everything. I admire you, my friend. It hasn't been long, but I gotta be honest, I have so much respect for you. At such a young age, you've been through a bit and you've come out and you have a lot of like wisdom to share. Again, for someone your age, I'm very impressed. I got to be honest. I don't mean to sound cheesy or anything like that, but I really am impressed by like every time you speak. You're just a powerful person, in my opinion. So I just wanted you to know that.
Yeah, when like growing up, the worst thing that ever happened to me was this moment, right? Because I've talked a little bit about my dad before, right? And just where he was so violent.
Right.
And there was this time he and my mom were really messed up on drugs, and I was lying about a lot of stuff to do with my schoolwork and everything. And so I guess because of the drugs, I don't know, they sat me in a chair in my room and they tied me into the chair with a rope around my chest, and they put handcuffs on me, having my hands behind my back. And they were screaming in my face about like why I didn't love them, and how like a good loving son that really cared about his parents would tell the truth. And they left me in there and they starved me. And so it's like it taught me at a really young age that everybody that I cared about, anybody that was supposed to be there for me, was going to ultimately neglect or abandon me. And I had to learn to survive through that. And I built so many different mechanisms to escape, to survive. But it's like, you get to a point, you're not really in that environment anymore. And so you have like this organism that you've become to endure all that. But there's nothing going on per se that you have to endure. So often you just kind of damage everything around you because you're not fit for that normal environment anymore. And it took a lot for me to undo that, to really figure out like, okay, so who would I be in this, in this place if I wasn't this animal that I've become? And separating that, sort of figuring out who I really am, it was quite a challenge. But I'm thankful because I've had kids that, and that's one of the things that is cool about kids. They see right through you. Like they're whatever persona you want to put on, whatever, like you can be kind of a monster, honestly. And like a young kid, they can see the person you are through that and love you anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like I want to take that person that, my daughter sees in me, and I want to bring that to the forefront and become that. And like they inspired me to really begin the process of doing that. And my wife, I'm so thankful to her because she gave me a safe place in our relationship where I could just sort myself out without having to protect myself from her.
Has she
I'll always be thankful to her.
Has she seen that side of you before? Like the part of you that you're not proud of or you're not happy with, has she seen that side of you, or you were changed by the time you guys got together? Your wife.
Most of the way changed. I wasn't violent anymore. I wasn't abusive or anything. But like I used to, when we first got together, I had two primary issues. One was that I had manipulative behavior. So like just a quick example of that is like if we're arguing, it's really childish, but I own it. I would do this thing where like I would say my piece and then I would act like I was going to leave, like I didn't want to be around her anymore, but then I would just keep coming back. And really I was trying to like, I wasn't doing it consciously, but yeah, just like subconsciously I was kind of trying to test for a reaction, because it's like, well, if she just lets me go, that means she doesn't care, which is silly because it might just mean she thinks I need space and is trying to respect that, but whatever.
Yep.
So I used to do silly stuff like that, just learned behavior from when I was a kid, trying to, make sure that I got what I needed and was noticed because no one would provide me with that. Those bad habits had to go. And the other thing was, like I was saying, when she had her mental health crisis, like I had a good job and it was making me miserable. So I tried something different and it fell through, didn't work out. So the finances were just tanking and she was getting so stressed. And like that triggered my fear of abandonment, because it's like, oh gosh, I'm not making enough money. I'm going to be, useless to her. She's just going to walk away from me. And so I froze. And when I get like that, well, when I used to get like that, it would make me think like, I'll just go into video games. I'll just escape because I can't handle this reality anymore. And that's what I was doing. And so, I mean, seeing that like kind of childish escapist side of me and that that manipulative side of me, but you know, she's seen me change those, and that was the last two things that I really needed
Yeah,
to
but,
fix about
to be honest with
myself.
you, I think that that part that you're calling silly, right? The part where you would say you're leaving, but you didn't, you would come back. I think, and I'm speaking from personal experience, that's an insecurity coming out. Like I used to do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I would say I'm done with you, I'm leaving, and if I didn't hear from the person in like 20 minutes, I'd be like, oh, you don't care about me, you don't love me, I knew you didn't love me, and shit like that. And I know that was driven for me by a horrific insecurity, right? Like I needed to feel no, don't go, please don't leave. Like that's what I was waiting for. And when I didn't get it, it would make me angry and I become a bigger dick, right? I don't know if that's how you reacted to it if they didn't, reach out, but I became like a total asshole if I tried playing that game. And it was definitely fueled by insecurity.
It was worse in a way, because I didn't respond with anger. Instead, I responded with simping. Really, like if I said that I was going to walk out, you know, and you didn't come chasing me to keep me there, and you know, tell me how much you care, I would get so like I would get more insecure. So then I would respond by trying to find ways that I could like make you like me more if I
Right.
could. And then I would get angry at myself for the fact that I'm like lowering myself to essentially worshiping another person
Yep.
instead of just being my own person. And I would get angry about that.
Mhm.
And then I would project that anger out onto, you know, whoever I was doing it to.
Right. Yeah, man, it's insecurity's a bitch. It makes us act, especially
Yeah.
if you're insecure and you're a highly emotional person. Those two things don't always go so good together, right? It's it can be bad sometimes. I know I've lost people because of that combination, right? Well, my insecurities run what I do, they control what I do and the attention I seek. And then if I wasn't getting that attention, that emotional part of me would come out, and that would make things awful, right? Irreparable sometimes. I know it's self-sabotage, right? Because that is a form of self-sabotage, right? We're setting ourselves up because of our insecurities. We're setting ourselves up for failure by doing stuff like that. Because if we're with somebody who doesn't want to deal with it, they don't want to hear that, we might lose them if you do it enough times, which I did. I lost a few relationships because of that insecurity game. It's game playing at the end of the day, and
And
sometimes people just
it's
don't want to deal with
sad
it.
because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy too, because then you get in this loop where it's like I've tried to withdraw and you didn't chase, so then I push you away, but then now
Mhm.
that you've been pushed away and you decide to leave, well, like that proves my insecurity right, because everybody always leaves.
Yep.
It's like it
Yep.
was really your fault. It wasn't, you
Yeah,
know?
100%. And it's a lose-lose. From the minute that game is played, you lost either way. Because either you lowered yourself to do this in the first place, or you lost the person. And at the end of the day, what was resolved, right? You don't know if the
Yeah,
person
exactly.
stayed or came back because they love you, or they pity you, or they feel bad because you're insecure. You don't know why they stayed.
No,
But at the end of the day, that never should have happened in the first place.
the crazy thing about it too is like one thing I've always said about it is if I could just get the one person that would push back through my bullshit and actually stay through it, it would be the
Yeah.
cure, right? Like that's the fucking cure. You get that one person that goes, you know what, I love you enough. I see what you're doing. I'm gonna push through it with you, and that person will become like the most solid rock in your foundation that you can possibly have. But yeah, it literally just takes that one, right? Like that one person to go, you know what? I'll sit through this shit with you. That's cool.
Yep. Yep. Travis, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I
kind
love watching dogs shit and pee.
of that's sort of how my life was. I mean, when we got together, like I wasn't controlling, right? I had manipulative tendencies still that
Mhm.
lingered on, you know, patterns of behavior, but I wasn't really controlling anymore like I used to be. But I wanted to be to protect myself from things that I was afraid of. And so like normally a lot of people have a drink every once in a while. It's not a big deal. And every now and then maybe they have a little too much to drink. But I mean, as long as it's not crazy, you know, nothing unhealthy, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. But for me, just where my parents drank, did drugs, things like that, like it was one thing that was a real trauma trigger for me. And so like my wife, for example, would have a drink and it would scare me because I just, all this trauma would come through. And so I wasn't controlling in the way that I tried to just, you know, tell her, hey, you're not allowed to do this anymore. But I would have conversations with her of like, you know, I feel like we don't need to do this. I feel like it's, you know, blah, blah, blah. There's X number of reasons why we don't need to do this or whatever. And I would try to be subtle about it, kind of. And she would push back. She would tell me essentially like, you know, I'm not going to live my life your way. I like to do what I like to do. It's not hurtful. I'm not harming anyone. It's not unhealthy. And it just sort of forced me to get over it, you know, confront the uncomfortable situations and bring myself into a place of testing the waters, you know, let things happen. And then I realized like, oh, it's okay. I don't have to be afraid of this so much. Not everything that I was traumatized by has to vanish from the planet so that I can feel safe.
Exactly.
And that pushback, the setting of boundaries, her calling me out on my behavior, but not walking out on me, like I needed that.
Yeah. No, it's really important. And you know, like you said it perfectly. Like part of the biggest issue of the traumas that we deal with is that fear of them repeating themselves. It could be the most illogical thought to have that this person is going to do the same thing that the last person did, even if they've never shown you any kind of sign of it or anything like that. But it's trauma dumping, right? Like that's what we do. We end up carrying that shit along with us in a, you know, relationship to relationship, whether it's romantic relationship or friendships or whatever it is. And we end up trauma dumping on people that care about us until we figure it out, right? That it's okay. You know, like not everyone is that person from the past, right?
Yeah, I try to tell people when I talk to, you know, different folks about trauma and insecurities and such that when you go through something that is traumatic, it paints a kind of narrative in your head. And I don't like for people to think about their insecurities as illogical, because part of it is they are logical. It's just you've got the wrong narrative. So like something happened to you. So now you have to accept that this happens sometimes. This exists and this can happen. And also, you're the person that this can happen to. However, it doesn't mean that everyone is going to do that to you. And it doesn't mean that you can't endure it, that you can't come back from it. Like, you've got to learn how to turn yourself into the type of person that this can happen to again without it breaking you.
Yeah.
And then try to figure out like what led to this. Is there anything you can fix? Because if there's like a pattern of behavior, maybe you keep dating the wrong kind of guy or girl or whatever, you know, you can change some of these things to reduce your chances, but ultimately you can't filter yourself from everything. So who do you have to be that can endure this situation? And a lot of it, in my experience, a lot of it is figuring out who are you really and learning to love that about yourself and truly understand and accept who you are. Because if you can, I feel like a lot of what happens to us, the reason that it traumatizes us, this is certainly case by case, of course. Some things are just genuinely traumatic, no matter who you are. But especially with things like betrayal, stuff like that happens to someone, it shakes you up so much because it makes you question who you really are,
Yep.
like what you're actually worth. But if you can truly have a solid identity, to the extent that it takes a lot to really shake you up and makes you question who you really are, suddenly you can endure most of the hardships in life and most betrayals from people. Like, it hurts, but it doesn't cripple you.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Right, people aren't born insecure, right? Insecurity, I feel, is like a learned behavior in a sense, right? Like you said, something happened to us that you question your self-worth, you question identity, you question, well, if so-and-so did it to me, why won't so-and-so do it to me? But at the end of the day, like you're saying, it doesn't cripple us, but it can, in a sense that it can stop us from moving forward. Right, by putting up these walls and these boundaries and these guards that don't allow further experiences. Right, when I was treated like shit in the past, do we keep the same kind of person around? Are we surrounding ourselves with better people to help ourselves move forward? Right, if I stayed closed up, I never would have met Kat. If I never met Kat, I wouldn't be who I am these last couple of years. Right, I still would have been a womanizing shitbag. Right, but she didn't do to me what someone else did. And when I was burned by Trip, I don't know if you know, but my ex-fiance, I walked in on her getting banged out in my bed, on my side of the bed. Right, that fucked me up. It made me not trust people for a while. It made me want to womanize and be a pig for a while, because if this woman was supposed to marry me and she could do this to me in my own house, how can I believe that someone I just met or would only know for a few months wouldn't do this to me? Right, this is someone I had a family with. Right, she had a son that I considered mine, and she was very close to my son, and she chose to have sex with someone and throw everything away. So why wouldn't someone else do it? Until I realized, like, hey, shit, I'm almost fucking 50 years old. How much longer am I gonna, how much longer am I gonna not trust anybody that I'm gonna end up being alone? Who's gonna pay at the end of the day? Right? She's sleeping every night. Her head hits the pillow, she goes to bed every night. By me not trusting anybody, by me not moving on, by me not being in new relationships, why am I punishing myself twice? Right? I went through it with her. Why am I going to punish myself more? Right? But it took a lot to get past those insecurities. And my insecurities come out with Kat all the time. 2 weeks ago on my birthday, my insecurities were so irrational that it caused a bad day between her and I. My insecurities allow me to get in my head, and it affects who I am and how I act. And not that I'm an asshole to her, not that I'm rude to her, but my insecurities make me shut down. And it puts me in a sour fucking mood. So it's like, at what point do you love yourself enough that you don't allow that to happen while still being open enough to be able to move on? Right? It's hard to learn to do these things and see yourself in a certain way when so many important people to you made you realize that you're not worth it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. And
Yeah.
so let me ask you guys this too. Being on the kind of up and up side of that now, right? Like, you both have been through the relationships, and now you guys are in better relationships with people who help you push through this. What is it that you guys do, or like, what kind of advice can you offer people to help reset that train of thought, right? Like, when you start diving down that hole and you start getting that those thoughts, and losing track of who you are trying to be at that time. What do you guys do to get focused again and get back on track?
I think I just realized I don't want to be alone. Go ahead, Trip.
Well, okay, I was going to let you go because mine's probably going to be longer.
Go.
Yeah.
So, I did an exercise. I'll say that I came up with it in that I didn't get it from anywhere, but I am almost certain that somebody else has probably created the same thing, if not something very similar. So I got this idea for journaling, and I did it. It takes like 10 minutes, super easy. I don't even go into detail about anything. I just list everything out in a few words. But so once a day, I do my journal. I usually journal about the day before. broke up into 3 categories. So the first category is deeds. So I
Is
think
what?
of 3 things. Huh?
The first category is what?
Deeds or like
Oh, okay.
actions. So you think of 3 things that you did the previous day that you, by your own definition of good, think are good. It doesn't matter if it's like, it doesn't matter how small it is, anything, literally anything. You just woke up on time, went to work, did the dishes, anything, doesn't matter. And it's okay if it was like part of something. Like I did something at work, I messed up half of it, but you know what? I also got half of it right. And that's okay too. So write that down, 3 of those. Then the second category is qualities. So you analyze each of those 3 things that you did the previous day, and you think, what qualities do I have that I am that led to me doing these things? So maybe I picked up something for somebody, held the door, whatever. Okay, so I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm compassionate. You write those kinds of things down for each of the 3 actions you did. And then lastly, gifts. You write down 3 things. And for me, this is almost the same thing every single day. But you write down 3 things that you have in your life that you love, that you care for, that you're thankful that you have, that are a direct result of the things that you are, the qualities you listed above. So I have my wife. Well, my wife is with me because I'm loving and because I'm compassionate and caring and kind. So I wrote those things down. And so what it does is it forces you to recognize, because your mind filters out so much of the good stuff. You only focus on the pain, the negatives, the things that you fail at, whatever. But it forces your mind to actively every single day recognize things that you do and confront those. It's like, by your definition, this is good. And you're the one actively doing these things. And these are qualities that you are, and you can't deny them because you listed out the.
Sounds like we lost Trip a little bit there. I think that's great advice, though.
It forces you
there it
to
goes.
see. Huh?
Oh, we lost you there for a second, but you're back. Go for it.
Okay. But yeah, doing this, it forces you to recognize, and it's not wishful thinking. Like that's the best part of it. You're not like making anything up. You're not trying to just make everything flowery or something. You're literally just seeing what is right in front of you.
See,
The full extent of who you are.
See, I think personally, and I'm going to speak just for me. I think what you're saying is amazing. I think that's something that really is eye opening. It can be eye opening to people who don't see themselves that highly. I think the only issue with that for someone like me is I can have, and I've done something similar when I was in the psych wards, where you have factual stuff about yourself that you know is good. Like you're saying, there's no denying it, there's no arguing it. I'm good because I do these things. But I think some people, myself included, it's even though I see they're good, I know they're good, it's hard to actually accept them as good or to credit yourself with them as if they're good, right? For real quick example, I know things we've done on these lives is great. I know we've had people come on here and thank us for saving their lives, literally saving their lives, and thanking and the appreciation and this and that. But it's, even though I know it's there and I know it's happened, it's hard for me to credit myself or to process that these good things are actually me. Right. And I know it doesn't make sense sometimes. Like, how can you say that I know I'm doing good? Here's what I did that's good, but I can't credit myself with it. Like, I know there are things that I know I should feel better about myself over. I just don't allow myself, or I can't allow myself to do that. Right. And I don't have an answer for that. I've tried, many therapists have tried, 4 psych wards have tried. It's like there's a block somewhere in my brain that doesn't allow someone like me to tell myself and accept fully what you do. This is good. And you should take it as good, but I just can't. Right. So, and I'm not diminishing what you're saying one bit. I think what you're saying is fucking
Yeah, no.
phenomenal. It's just for someone like me, it's so hard to accept. If I wrote 10 things on paper and I read it and I beat it into my brain, I would still not be able to accept that that's really me. Right. Like I know it is because I'm
Yeah.
reading it, I'm writing it, I'm hearing it, but I can't process it. Right. It's hard. Right. And I know it's because of,
There's
you know, my history and shit like that.
when it comes to mental health and everyone's personal journey, I think there's more than one way to the top of the mountain. And
Yeah.
so what worked for me might not work for everybody. You know, so definitely it's like I mean, I have a friend too. Like he just doesn't. He's not the journaling type, so it's not something that's gonna work for him. He's gotta, you know, find what works for him.
Right.
I'm curious though, if you don't, if you'll indulge me.
100%.
So with what you are saying that your, I guess the way that your mind works without being able to accept the good that you do, I'm curious, what is your conception of why people did the things that they did to you? Because like, I guess when I hear that, and I'm not saying that I know what I'm talking about because I don't. My initial thought, though, is that generally with people who go through trauma, there's two sides of it. They need to figure out who they really are, but also why this happened. And oftentimes it means diving into the psychology of the person that did these things to you.
Oh, 100%.
And discovering what caused that.
Yeah. So my ex-fiance, I've been through a lot. Breaking down some of them, my ex-fiance cheated on me, I believe, because part of it was she was just a pig. And I think the other part is I drove her to it, right? With my like I was saying before, with my insecurities and the way that I lashed out or acted out or just made her look at me in a way that she was willing to risk losing what she had with me. I don't have a definitive answer. I never will, obviously, but I think it's a combination of her and me that drove her to do what she did. When I was molested as a kid, that I have no answer for, except the fact that he's fucked up. Right. I mean, I know I couldn't have done anything wrong. I was going to third grade. Right. What could I have done to make him think it was okay to do whatever he did? Right. That I'll never have an answer for. Other traumas, you know, that shit that's happened that's affected me, you know, losing my dad, can't control that, he had cancer, right? Getting divorced, that was all me, I was a pig, right? I have answers for some of the shit that's happened to me, but some stuff I can't have an answer, a definitive answer. I can assume, I can go by what makes sense, but I'll never know the truth.
So like you said with your ex, like you said she was a pig. Do you know why she was a pig?
I think because she was insecure and she relied on that attention to make her feel good about herself, because that's how she was with this guy before we even started dating. It was a married man that she was banging at work, and I knew about it because we all worked together. We were all feds together. And I knew of them having an affair years before her and I ever even started talking. I had known about them. She liked the attention. Right. And I kind of knew there was something going on, but I didn't know there was something going on with the two of them until I walked in on it. So I think that she was the way she was because she craved that attention. I think she just needed that attention. Why she needed it from him, I have no idea. But she needed the attention sexually, and that's what she got. You know?
Okay.
As far as I, and that's all I could think of. You know, I mean, it made no sense because she came from a great family. She had a son that she was very close to, and her ex-husband was an addict who was in and out of the kid's life. So I would have thought that she would have wanted more of a relationship than just sex with somebody coming from the relationship she came from. But I really don't know.
I think but sometimes when people, and I mean, I don't know her, so it's not like I can really speak for her, but a lot of times people, that's kind of the issue with people and understanding them and their mind and motivations is it's like that what is traumatic to one person might not necessarily be so to the same degree as another person. And it's like maybe like if she had insecurities with herself, it is true that like you were a constant for her. You were somebody that was there, that cared in your way. And the problem is though, is like she could still have this fractured self-identity that needed someone else to validate that. And so she could have someone validating it, but that's not really enough, because the whole world validating her wouldn't be enough, because she still doesn't believe it within herself. And there's
to be honest with you, I was very similar to her in that sense, where I've never been faithful to a woman except for Kat and my ex-fiance, the one that cheated. The only two women I was ever faithful to. I always found the need to get attention from somebody else, because I would get bored of getting the attention from the person I was with. So because of my insecurities, I constantly needed validation through sex, right? I needed to find someone new to make me feel good about myself. And it was, risking relationships, risking my marriage, risking my family. So I was where she was, right? That's the only reason why I kind of think that's why she did what she did, is because her and I were the same in that sense. Our insecurities drove us to, like you're saying, having a constant, but still needing attention from somewhere else.
Yeah, it's just like that's true. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, and it sucks, right? And that's why my girlfriend will joke sometimes on the lives and say, she's waiting for me to get bored of her, right? Because I get bored of everybody. And at some point I stray. But it's hard for her to accept that with her, it is different. Like by now, 4.5 years in, if I was going to do something, I would have done it already. I've changed, right? She has changed me. Going back to having that guard up and all, because I allowed her in. I allowed Kat to show me love that I've never experienced before. And it makes me not want to hurt her. It makes me not want to risk losing her. Even though I've lost a marriage, I lost a fiance, because of either one of us being a pig. It's just different now because I allowed her in. This.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times when it comes to the cheating, seems like a lot of the reason ends up being just kind of attention or boredom or whatever it is that you want to call it, stagnancy in the marriage or whatever. And yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I've been cheated on a lot in a lot of different relationships, and I consider myself a pretty good guy, so it's always been a big question for myself too.
It's a hit, especially when you are a good person to the person.
I think most of the time, people, when they have kind of a messed up self-identity, like, I don't know, when I hear about people going through cheating situations and stuff, I don't know, it does seem to me like most of the people doing the cheating, they really do have like a messed up sense of self, and they need that validation. And I kind of get it in a way, because it's like with cheating, you're going out and you're getting all this excitement, because the thrill of the chase, it's exciting. You get this kind of cat and mouse game of trying to win somebody over, and then when you do, there's this incredible feeling of just euphoria in this kind of weird sense of self-validation. And then you mix that with sexuality, often that's the case. I mean, with that, you're getting tons of oxytocin, this love bonding chemical, makes you feel really close, makes you feel good. You're getting all this dopamine release.
Mm-hmm.
It just it really taps into something very comforting and very primal, but it does it in a way that feeds your wounded ego. Unfortunately, though, being at the cost of whoever you were in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At that moment, you're not thinking, well, if I do this and I'm caught, this is gonna ruin that. You're just thinking, this feels fucking good. I want this to continue because this might not happen again. And I'm being serious, right? Especially as you get older, right? When I was still, doing, piggish things, I was 45 years old. And not that it's old, but it's not, I'm not 21, 23 years old anymore, right? It's time to realize, like Phoenix asked me, what made you let her in and not just bang and go, meaning Kat? Why did I give Kat that chance that I didn't give anybody else? Right? Why didn't I give my wife that chance? I wasn't even faithful 3 weeks when I was married. It wasn't even 3 weeks. I honestly tried on our honeymoon with one of the bartenders down there. I really just didn't care. I only saw that immediate satisfaction, that immediate gratification, right? With Kat, I think, and I don't know for sure, but I think I was tired of being scared of being alone. I was tired of thinking that I don't deserve somebody. I deserve to be alone, but I don't want that, right? So I gave her that fair chance, and she did the right thing. She checked off all the boxes, right? She did everything that I've always wanted. And at my age, that immediate gratification wasn't as important anymore, right? I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be by myself. I want someone to love me. And I'm going to sound a little selfish here. Maybe a part of it is that I'm older now. I don't have as much to offer as I did, 10 years ago to somebody. Maybe that helped also. I really don't know. But I just know that fear of being alone was a big thing for me.
I honestly
I
think
did
too.
not want to be alone.
I think we get to a certain age and like we've gone through so much in relationships that you just know like what you want and what you don't want anymore, right? Like you said, you know what your boxes are that need to be checked.
Yeah.
Some of them fall off over the years, or they go lower down on the list as to what's important and everything. And it's like me and Jen too, same thing. Like we we jumped in real quick into everything, just boom, 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 and it's like I knew right away with her that it was just like, yeah, she checked all my boxes. I've been through enough shit with enough people that I know what I want and what I don't want, and you can, after so long of that stuff too, you start to become a better judge of character and being able to like tell people right away what their intentions are and stuff like that. So
I was just gonna say, think about how many times before Jen, before Kat, like with my ex-wife, my ex-fiance, you thought you found the one, but it ended up not being the
Mhm.
one. But if you asked me at that moment, this is the one, right? Or else I wouldn't have gotten married, right? So it's like, when do you start differentiating and learning who's the one, who's not the one, but why do I think this is the one, but is it really the one? It gets fucking confusing. You don't want to do that anymore, right? Like, I don't want to. First of all, I don't want to be single in this day and era. I do not want to be single at all. I see some of these fucking horror stories out there, and I don't want to live on Bumble and Match and Ashley Madison and bangforanight.com, right? I want a good person who's going to be good to me and good to my son.
Yeah, and like I said, as you get older, priorities change, right? That's
Yeah.
the things that you want. You don't want that like fast rush anymore. It's like you start looking at the important things in life, and who's going to be an actual partner for you, and not just something fun and quick.
Yeah. 100%. Oh boy, life. And not for nothing. I mean, I've been, and I'm not bragging. I've been with a lot of people. Like, I don't need to. I have no more like notches on the belt that I want to fill. Right? Like,
Yeah.
I want to be. I don't even know how to say that word. Monogamous, whatever that word is, with one person. I want to be that. It makes me feel good that I can be with somebody who I love and I talk highly about and I'm proud of. And, you know, she has 5 kids. She works a full-time job and I support her. And, you know, this is somebody, if you asked me 10 years ago, would you date somebody like this? I would have fucking said absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because Kat comes with a lot, but so do I.
Yeah.
Right. And if I always said, if someone can accept me for all that I am, and I say this to you guys all the time, I'm a fucking handful. I would never date somebody like me. So the fact that I found somebody who accept me for who I am, all of me, how do I not love somebody like that? How can I not want somebody like that?
Yeah. Where's Kat tonight?
Absolutely, Phoenix. Sunday she doesn't come over.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because she does all her shit with the kids today, and then she's got work in the morning.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. One last night with Kat.
Yeah. But she'll be here for Tuesday and Thursday usually.
Yeah.
And that was a good one.
It's all good. I think that is a good place to start wrapping for the night. But yeah, no, we had some really good talks tonight. Thank you, Trip, for coming in and chatting it up with us. And it's always a pleasure. Like Dave always says, man,
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
definitely very mature beyond your years. So we appreciate the knowledge.
Yeah, man, you got a lot of good shit to
I
share.
appreciate it.
You know, you really do. And these guys will tell you, I don't tout very many people. There's literally 2 on all of TikTok. People that I like to talk good about. Seven and Julia. And you're number 3, my friend. So guys, don't forget the new schedule, guys. It's gonna be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, usual time, 9:30. And then we were talking about doing a community night. One of the other nights, we were talking like the other night, stuff ideas you guys have, right? I think we mentioned like games and karaoke and stuff like that, stuff we can do as a community on one of the other nights. So those are up for talks.
Yeah,
If
Travis,
you guys have other ideas, let us know.
we're way less restricted here. And yeah, and if you guys have a topic that you guys want to talk about, let us know. Like I make this stuff up on the fly. It's not like I have this stuff just like scheduled out or anything like that. Like I pretty much, like, our topics come up probably like an hour before we go live. I put together like a little thing for us or whatever for what we're going to talk about for the night. But yeah, if you guys ever have a topic, feel free, put it in the Discord. Let us know, what you guys want to talk about, and we're more than happy to make that a topic, or even just like a little segment for the night, just a few minutes or whatever. So you guys are always more than welcome for that. But abandonment issues and accountability, yeah, no, I can definitely put something together like that for like Tuesday or something if you guys want.
Yeah, and we're definitely less restricted here, Travis. We can, I mean, you see my times we use words that we can never use on that other sham bullshit scum fuck app.
Yeah.
That, by the way, guys, they shut down my retired Fed Dave account again.
Yep.
Again, no warning, no notification. Hunter texted me. He said, "Oh, the sham talk shut you down again?" I said, "I have no idea. I really haven't been on." And sure as shit, the account was shut down.
I'm starting to have abandonment issues from
4
TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, I should get an attorney and be like, "Yo, TikTok's fucking is making me have PTSD from abandonment." It punishes me for being honest.
Honestly.
Fucking bullshit. But yeah, guys, if you try and reach out to me on Retired Fed Dave, that account is gone. So use the Retired Fed Dave too, and of course, Open Bench. Guys, if you're not following us in here yet, get your ass on that. Hit the follow button.
Push the buttons. Push all the
buttons
buttons
down there.
Where's Erica? He's here. That's our button masher. Erica wasn't in here tonight. We need him to come mash some buttons. But no, we love you guys, and every day this community continues to grow. And like I said, I can't tell you how excited I get to just I'll be at work or whatever, and like my phone never stops blowing up now. It's just all day long, and I'm not complaining about this in the slightest bit. I love it. I love watching you guys interact with each other and talking to each other and being there for each other. That's what this is about, right? It's we can't always be here. We're only here a few nights a week, on here to be able to talk to you guys and The fact that we have so many of you guys in the community that are stepping up and being there, supportive and helping out with the community and helping build this is incredible. Like I said, I know I sound like a broken record by now, but I can't thank you guys enough for all of it. And we love you guys. So
100%. 100%. And we're only growing from here, guys. You know, Aaron and I were talking before, guys, about how you know, TikTok has 2 billion people on it, literally 2 billion. Twitch has 200 million. So that's a 10th of what TikTok is. Twitch is not known for mental health stuff, addiction stuff, and stuff like that, right? So our numbers might look little on paper, but when you compare them to something being 10 times smaller than TikTok, we're actually doing better on here than we were. So, you know, we're growing, and it's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be everything we thought it was gonna be, and then some. Alienation of affection. She had an affair with her boss. Wow.
We're 1 follower away from being affiliate within 1 month, which is a astronomical feat when it comes to Twitch. Like, I know most of you guys in here are new to this, but the last time that I tried to stream on Twitch, and this was when I was like one of the top Call of Duty players in the world, like legitimately, it took me like 6 months to hit affiliate. So yeah, the fact that we're doing this already is like incredible. And again, I'll say it again and again and again. I can't thank you guys enough. I think I'd speak for Dave on that as well too. So
100%. 100%.
All right. There's a few people that are in the Discord. But the other thing too is you guys can share this stuff out. You know, bring people in that you know that this may help. People that are coming by and seeing this after the fact. If you watched all the way through till now, hit the follow. Come see what this is actually about, right? Like if you've gotten to this point after the fact of this live, or it being in the live too, if you're coming in, you know, just drop a follow, come check out the Discord, come join us, come join a part of the be a part of the community.
Well said. Well said. All right, guys, we will see you guys Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. New York time.
Yes.
Love you guys, and we will see you guys Tuesday.
Yes. Everyone enjoy this awesome music by the Mystic Netsua, one of our community members here. Great artist. He's on YouTube and all the other channels, so you guys go check him out. We love you guys. We'll see y'all later.
The session is done, the time has passed. You feel a little lighter than you felt the last. That heavy load, we laid it on the wood where it could be seen and finally understood. You picked up your feet, now it's time to move along. You leave that chessboard no longer in the sun. The night has now day. The light for now is gone, but your voice is steady and your heart is getting strong. The path outside the park, it looks the same. It's safe all along, but you're walking now in a brand new kind of frame. No, the darkness comes, you're more than it can bring. It's not gone forever, those shadows and the sting. But you know the new song that your spirit can sing. You're not fighting alone, you just need to hold the line. We'll be back here again when the time is right. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. Just keep the lessons, the bonds we built side by side as we all stand together in this mad and crazy world. So carry the peace like a stone in your hand, a quiet reminder across the concrete land. The bench is still open, it's waiting for you. But the strength that you found, is there yours to walk through. Take the breath that you found, the words that you heard. A little bit safer, a little more secure. Go on now, be well, until we meet again. You can stand the storm, you will not bend. You are not alone. Right back at the open bench, just fight until the end. You're more than they can stand. Like Tyson in his prime, like the Juggernaut, like Superman, like Hercules. All the trials complete, trust me, you're unstoppable. Just one foot in front of the other and keep on moving your feet, and you can move through anything your mind needs complete. Just keep your feet on shuffling like the great one Ali, and shrug off all those demons, our friends, and keep on moving right on through. They say 3 times a week, that's when we talk to Dave. But what about the moments that you need to save? When the quiet returns and the fear starts to climb, just close your eyes and anchor back here to this time. Remember the laughs, the simple connection that gave you the proof that every single demon you're carrying on your back can't stop a soul that knows it's on the right track. And now you're not alone with the real people we've got at that open bench. It's not gone forever, those shadows and the sting, but you know the new song that your spirit can sing. You're not fighting alone, you just need to hold the line. We'll be right there with you, standing side by side. There ain't no book to defeat your soul if you just stand firm and strong. No hurricanes can make you bend if you just keep fighting on. We'll be back here again, my friends, to talk about our scars. And right there at the open bench, we will learn to heal them all. So carry the peace like a stone in your hand, a quiet reminder across this concrete quicksand land. The bench is still open, it's waiting for you. But the strength that you found here is yours to walk through. Take the breath that you found, the word that you heard, the friendships we found, the humankind, the facts and the truths. A little bit safe, a little more secure. This open bench is sacred ground. Ease your worries, relax your mind, get it off your chest, calm your heart, take a breath. It's alright, you're okay, sit with me. We are here at the open bench, we've all got ears and hearts to lend, to build a space for mental grace, a place for souls to rest, a shelter from the rains that life can bring, a place to place your burdens down, a place that's dry and warm. You must not fear, we're doing healing here. You won't be judged, yes, that's right. We'll see you again. Go on now, be well, until we meet next time. Our friends, you hold the strength to beat the storm. No shadows can't stand the light you bring. Hope to see you every time. The open bench is sacred ground. We all gain the strength we need to try and become better human beings than we were the day before. Breathe in the ups and out the downs. Come on now, family, we've got this now. The bench is strong, it will hold you now. Just take a breath, we got you now. One foot in front of the other, it's all you have to do. Hold on to the feeling.